Hey guys, Broadcast here, one half of Soundcast Reviews, with a quick pickup video of Transformers Generations, Bumblebee and Blazemaster, and Optimus Prime and Autobot Roller. Now, I did review both of these guys last Friday, May 3rd I think it was, so if you want a full look at each of these figures, check those videos out. But some of you were asking me, you said you wanted to see a little bit more about how they interact with their little buddies here, the Target Masters, Mini-Cons, Micromasters, whatever they are. So, I'm going to show you. So, we'll put Optimus and Roller aside for now and take a look at B. Now, first of all, I love this figure. It looks great. I would have liked to have had a little bit more articulation, just given that he doesn't have any neck articulation, which isn't uncommon for a Cyberverse leader. But and waist articulation would have been nice. But the sculpt is so cool. The face resembles the RID comic face. It's great. And I'll just show you real quick, size-wise here with his political opposition. I like him. All right, so Blazemaster, the Gatling gun again becomes the handle. Again, we reviewed this guy already in the last video, so we'll just pop him in his hand, and it's a cool gun. And like I said in the other videos, this I like this Target Master a little bit better out of the two. So it's in the hand. It's not super heavy like the other one is, and he can hold it. It's a little hard for him to stand without being laid back. This becomes, of course, a blade weapon, kind of a cop-out, little bit of like a Beast Wars tail weapon. Like, what else are we gonna do with that? But another thing you can do with this that I didn't mention last time, he does have a female port. I'll just call them male and female in the back of in his back. So you can put this in there, but if you don't push it in all the way, just kind of like let it hang there, then this spins. I think the more you pull it out, the easier it is to spin. Sort of like pulls together there. So there you go. You can have a Hellabee, and that's him in robot mode. Now, in vehicle mode, I mean, it's really just the same thing. That top bit is the only hole that the only port for any of those weapons in vehicle mode. So as far as I've seen, so just putting them in there, and I will make a note here. This guy is not necessarily more difficult to transform than Optimus Prime, but he's a lot more fiddly. There's a lot more things that have to line up and sort of clip together, and the arms, when you push them into the side, there's so many things that have to sort of clip in and turn and be at just the right angle that it takes a little bit more massaging, like I was saying before. But eventually it does snap together. And there you have it. You put this on top, and you have a helicopter car. Like I said, there's not a lot to do here. The gun does look a little bit cooler here rather than for Optimus, because it does have that swooped down, almost aerodynamic look. But then you're left with this thing, and all you can really do is that. Now, we'll say one cool thing, just to jump ahead and look at Prime, or a piece of him at least, is this gun on top of this car looks pretty cool to me, but I like it. There we go. And we'll do that with this guy again. You can see a sort of a 360 here. There's the front, there's the side, and there's the back. Again, you can fiddle with this too, and put the arms down. There's a thing there. I don't know if that helps you at all making your decision on whether to buy this or not, but putting him aside, we're going to move on to the Autobot leader himself, Mr. Optimus Prime. Alright. So there we go. I don't know why I made that voice. This is Roller. We already know from the last video, this thing all folds down, and I was a little bit hard on him last time. I will point out, before I forget here, these guys, both him and Blazemaster, do have the ability to hold weapons, to hold both Optimus's weapon, which has that extra port, this is a little bit heavy, as well as other Legion-class weapons. So, here he is. I don't know if this is Prowler, Sinner Twins, or Twin, whatever his name is. Here we go. They don't really stand up very well. So, making him a gun again. Again, this pops into that little hole right there. And like I mentioned when we were talking about B, this thing is very heavy, and there's really no way for him to stand up and hold this without toppling unless you really sort of like play with him. And he can only shoot someone on the ground if he's leaning in that exact position. Alright, so I like the gun a lot better by itself. He can hold both of them, and there is a they're sort of like these little thrustery looking things, so you can say that he's got two guns. There, maybe. In theory, that's really tight. You know what? Alright, I just forged it for you guys. I might have stress marks. But, you know, at least you got to see this amazing. Yeah. So, taking this out, we're going to check it out. There's one other little feature. Before I go forward, I'm just sort of scattered all over the place. One point of articulation that I didn't mention last time on him, just because of the transformation, I was talking about the waist. He also has like a stomach crunch. I don't know if you can see that there. There, that's better. Kind of like Marvel Legends when they would have that one bit of articulation. But putting him in vehicle mode, there's one thing I did want to show you guys, which is a feature of the figure. I don't know how useful the feature is, but somebody out there has to like it. Again, this guy is super easy to transform. It's basically the Generation 1 transformation sequence. There we go. Now, if you look here in the back, there are these two little notches. When when Roller is in his vehicle mode, you notice there's like this winch that's on either side of his head here, right? Those two tabs go into these two slots. I find it a lot easier to start from the bottom and just push upwards. And he attaches to Prime, and of course you'd put this little thing at the top, and you're left with that. To me, it looks like a little compact SUV tailgating a really big truck. So it looks like an accident, in that sense of the word. But it rolls together. The front and back tires, or the front of his tire and the front of his tire, they do roll together. It is nice in that regard. But if you like it, that's what it does. Besides that, that's Prime and Autobot Roller. I'll put it back on there to finish off. There you have it. Your own little convoy of grossly out of scale, but awesome toys. Alright, hope you enjoyed. And one last shot across the bow here, just to show you just how much you can do with these little toys. Here's Optimus with way too much stuff attached to his gun. Remember I told you about those handholds? Those handholds can hold weapons even as a weapon itself. Look at that. Bang. Right on. And of course Bumblebee has a helicopter jetpack made out of a helicopter jet that has a point of articulation all to itself. Yeah, that was weird.